Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about the next distributions that would be coming out this week for YieldMax. So it's going to be Group A. So you can see these are the tickers that are expected to be paid out this upcoming week. So if we go to YieldMax's page here, we will be able to see the specific schedule. Give me a minute. Let me pull that up. So with the holiday being Monday, everything's going to get pushed out a day. So let's look at the schedule here to kind of get some more clarity on when these payments are going to be paid out. So declaration date is January 22nd. So that is actually Wednesday. So they're going to go on declaration date Wednesday. Thursday is going to be the ex-dividend date. So you have to own the shares before then, in order to get the dividend, and then the payment is actually Friday. So even though that there is a holiday Monday, it looks like they're on the normal schedule. So that's good to note there. Once again, those funds that are going to be paying this week are pretty much these Group A funds here. So TSLY, CRSH, GOOY, YBIT, OARK, XOMO, SNOY, TSMY, and then these two newer funds as well, the two Dorsey Wright funds, FIVY and FIVY. So if we look at this chart of data that we have created here, move some things around so we can see a little bit better. So these are the funds. So we'll see that, FIVY and FIVY have not paid. So this is going to be their first payment ever. So definitely stay tuned for that. This column is tracking the performance of these funds. So it looks like the one that has been performing the best is FIVY year to date at 8.14% versus 6.45%, and FIVY looks like the worst performers crashed, the inverse of TSLY. Yeah, so see if we can sort this here. We can convert it to a table. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. Maybe not. All right, here we go. So, not really worried about this column. So if we sort this Z to A, delete this row. Apologize, guys. Okay, so like we mentioned, the top performer is FIVY, followed by TSLY. TSLY's been doing pretty well so far year to date, just from a price return, right? So they haven't paid a dividend yet. So this is just solely from a price return. LFGY is not paid yet either. And that's the crypto payer that's going to be paying weekly. So that one's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, so last month Tesla was able to, pay out $1.28. So I think I'm going to add another column in here that kind of tries to annualize that. I know these yields, it makes better sense to do it based upon the current price of when the dividend was paid. So for example, if you divide this by this, and then you multiply it by 12, sure. And you kind of do it this way. It kind of shows you what it would be out based upon, the current distribution and the, the current price. So it's going to vary a little bit, but this could theoretically be an estimate, right? It's not going to be perfect by any means. So just kind of keep that in mind there. But with that being said, TSLY, with the last payment in December, 100% yield, followed by SNOY at 35%, YBIT at 63%, XOMO 19%, OARK 37.7%, GOOY 49.8%, TSMY 49.6%, CRSH 74.78%. And then these are weekly payers, so the calculations are going to be a little bit different. This is, the first time this fund is paying out. So it'll be interesting to see, how it compares to YMAX and YMAG. Let me see if I can pull up their dividend history. Once again, YMAG is a little different because they pay, every single week. So last week was actually only 5 cents for them. And then YMAX was 11 cents. Okay. So we'll actually need to multiply this by, closer to 50. I'll say 52. Do not do that for the rest of them, please. And then do not do that for them. Okay. So once again, this data might be off a little bit. This is just using the most recent distribution, but the most recent distribution from what I'm calculating is, 13.83% for YMAG, 34.66% for YMAX, but I'm not, real confident on those numbers just because of the data that I kind of used in this calculation. So if we even pull up their website, that might be best to kind of see what they're showing on their website. Fund of funds. So YMAX, they're currently illustrating it at 34.73% or a 78.49% distribution or SEC yield versus YMAG, 13.82 or 54. And TSLY, they have it illustrated at 114 and 3.27. Yeah. So that is that. So do with that as you will. Definitely, go do your own research as far as calculating the yields go. But let's make a column for this. Nice. Let's see, we actually want what? B3 divided by C3. Okay. Yeah, I'll come back to this column in a little bit, rerun those numbers. But the biggest thing we kind of want to look at today, right, is these distributions and looking at which ones paid the highest in December. I haven't analyzed the positions within the YieldMax funds as far as whether, they selected correct strikes and stuff like that. But I know TSLY from this Group A list is definitely one of the biggest, and I imagine they're going to definitely try to get over $1, or definitely more than $1 for this fund. So stay tuned for that. That's a very big one. YBIT is another big one, and I think those are some of the TSMY. That's a pretty big one as well. 80 cents. GOOY at 63 cents. But yeah, stay tuned. These distribution announcements will be coming out this week on their X page. So kind of similar to something like this. They'll be coming out and they release this data actually right here on their X page. So definitely go follow them on X if you're not. And, if you're curious about getting these updates real time, definitely go, follow them and set notifications or, however you want to do it. But this is the way to kind of conceive and consume this data rather from YieldMax on a real time basis. I don't think there's like an email subscription or anything like that you could subscribe to. That would be cool as well if they implemented something like that. But for now, and to my knowledge, this is the one place that you can come to get this data and get this real time. So once again, this will be Group A that we'll be paying this week, as well as these 3 weekly payers: YMAX, YMAG, and LFGY. Let me just move this guy down here. Okay. Yeah. So these are 3 weekly pairs, but yeah, stay tuned for this one because this one's been doing pretty well as far as a price return goes so far since January 14th was their inception date, January 13th or 14th. But yeah, so that'll be a new weekly pair. I think they're going to be trying to compete with Rex Shares' CEPI. That's another fund that is crypto based. That will be something that they're definitely trying to steal some market share from, and some of their users for sure. But yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. Please like and subscribe down below.